And if and these recordings can be good notes for you, if you wanted to come back and revisit it. If you want the class, just email me and I'll send it to you. All right. All right. So now sitting on the blocks and maybe something else, we're going to sit up straight and close our eyes. Bring the palms to the thighs. Come into your body. Maybe start from the feet and the lower body and do a body scan all the way up to the top of your head. Just kind of noticing where the body is at in space and noticing different qualities of the body, such as tight, tired, painful, energetic, feeling good. Just notice the just notice where you're at. No right or wrong. You might set an intention for your practice. This could be to be present throughout the practice. Could be to follow or to, be aware of your breath, to be consciously breathing in and out. You might ask the universe, if you need some energy to some loving energy, you might ask the universe for that. Um, you might know somebody that might be having a difficult situation in their life that could use some loving thoughts or prayers sent their way. You might dedicate your practice to that, to to them. Now start to deepen your breath, closing the mouth and breathing in and out through the nose. Start to take long, smooth breaths in and out, breathing deeply. All right. Now slowly flutter your eyes open and make your way to a tabletop. Putting the blocks off by the sides of the mat. We're going to come to a tabletop with the hands underneath the hips, or with the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and the toes can be tucked under or untucked, your choice. Here in tabletop, plant your hands down into the mat. Try to press all of your hand down into the mat. Now we're going to start with some cat cows. We're going to inhale and lift the heart and the head and the hips. And then exhale, we're going to curl under, bringing the spine up towards the ceiling. And then we'll breathe in and come to a cow, lifting the heart and the head. And then we'll exhale and we'll go to cat, arching the back up towards the ceiling. And then once again, cow, moving with the breath, and cat. Do that two more times at your own pace. And then after the second time, make your way to a down dog, lifting up the hips pushing down through the hands, lifting up the hips, maybe pushing the heels down towards the floor, stretching out the calves. Let the head and neck relax down towards the floor. Let them relax down with the weight of gravity. No pressure in the neck. Pressing evenly down through the hands. And now, slowly lower back down to a tabletop. Slowly lower the knees down to the floor and come into a tabletop. Now, grab one of your blocks and sit on your block, or maybe both of your blocks. And then just make little soft fists. Little soft fists. And take the fist up and down. Just stretching out the wrist a little bit. Now put your blocks off to the side and come back to down dog. Pushing the floor away from you. Pulling in the abdomen. Pushing down through the heels. Lifting up the hips higher and higher towards the ceiling. Pushing back farther and farther. And now slowly and with control, come back down to a tabletop. And now sit back either on your heels or on a block. Your choice. And now bring your palms to your thighs. Close your eyes. And just feel the body. Feel the body getting warmed up. Breathe deep, deep breaths. Breathe in victoriously. You are the victor. You are the victor of staying alive and being healthy. All right, now let's come back to down dog again. Where do you notice any tension in the body? Breathe into that. Imagine you have lungs in the area that you feel the tension and that you can breathe into those lungs. Breathe into the tension. Now, look forward towards the top of your mat and walk your hands to meet your feet. Or no, I'm sorry, walk your feet to meet your hands. I'm sorry. Walk your feet to meet your hands for a forward fold. Yeah. All right. Few breaths here. We're thinking about the outside, or we're thinking about the feet being hip distance apart. Now, slowly and with control, ragdoll up to standing. Now we're going to need our strap. And now standing in mountain, we're going to do some cow face arms. or like I like to call them, stress arms. Good for stress. Pulling the pulling pulling the hands away from each other, lifting up the elbow higher and higher towards the ceiling. Lift up the elbow. And then slowly and with control, come out of that. We're going to do the other side. Walking the hands towards each other. Lifting up the elbows lifting up and back. We're trying to think about the try to keep the shoulders away from the ears too. Trying to keep the shoulders falling away from the ears. And we'll relax and come out of that. Now put the strap off to the side. Now we're going to take the hands out to a T. And we're going to bring in our right hand across our chest. And we're going to make a fist with our left and use that to stretch out the shoulder. Breathe deeply. And come back to a T. Other side. And relax the hands down. Now grab a block. Now we're going to take the block and insert it in between our thighs. And we want our feet about hip distance apart, outside edges of the feet parallel. And we're going, oh, I'm sorry. We also need our strap for our, oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You're good. Okay, yeah. So we're putting the block in between our legs, squeezing the block in, squeeze it in. Use the inner thighs to squeeze the block. Now keeping that squeeze, keeping the hips and the legs engaged, we're going to take the arms out to a T. And then we're going to do another shoulder stretch, taking the arm across. Keep squeezing the block. And back out. And the other side. And back out. Now we're going to take the arms behind the back. If you can, you can interlace your fingers. And we're going to pull the shoulders back and down for a nice chest opener. Squeeze the hands into each other. Pull them away. Pull the hands downwards. And slowly come out of that. Now we're going to try to grab a hold of opposite elbows. Reaching in that direction. Maybe it's just a fingertip to the elbow. So right now, my right arm is underneath my left. Now I'm going to change that and I'm going to put my left over my right or under my right. Just trying to balance out both sides. Squeezing the block and relax the hands down. And take the block out and put it to the side.
Hey! Oh, oh.
Okay, now let's come to the top of our mat for down dog. And we're going to lift our hands up to the ceiling. And then keeping this extension in the lift, we're going to try to hinge from our hips, reaching forward. And then we're going to come down to our shins for a forward fold, letting the head and neck relax downwards. Now we're going to reach back out in front of us and then come up. Then we're going to reach forward and come down to our shins or maybe the feet. Then we're going to reach back out and come up. Now we're going to work on incorporating the breath into that action. So when we're up here, when we're extending the lungs long, we're going to inhale and we're going to reach forward. And then we're going to exhale as we create more of a contraction in the lungs. And then inhale, reach long and come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Once you get to forward fold, stay there this time and try to grab behind your legs. Try to grab the back of the calves and fold deeper into the forward fold. Now inhale and come to a halfway lift. And now bring your hands to your hips. And keep that long spine as you rise back up. Next, we're going to come to a star. We want our legs about one leg distance apart. Barbara, if you can, yep, if it feels okay, try to take the legs wider. It's a, it's probably a balance challenge, so just you know, listen to your body, of course. And now, so I don't know if you can see my feet, but I have the outside edges of my feet parallel.
Okay.
Now we're gonna come to a star, hands out at shoulder height. Now let's turn the palms to face up towards the ceiling. And then back down and up towards the ceiling. And back down. And now turn them out, kind of twist them about halfway down. And then back to facing down. And then up towards the ceiling. And back down. And back up. Now keep them up and lift them up overhead. And then as you come back down, have them facing down towards the floor. And up to go up towards the ceiling. And facing down to go back down. All right, now bring your hands to your hips and walk your feet in for a mountain. Feel the body. Now, walk your hands back out to a star pose. Nice wide legs. All right, hands out to a T. All right, now hands overhead. Now, just like we were reaching forward in that forward fold, we're gonna do a wide leg forward fold where we're gonna reach forward. So hinging from the hips, we're going to reach forward and then come down to the mat. And then we're gonna come to a halfway lift up on our fingertips. Then we're gonna take the hands out in front of us and come up. Let's do that again. Hinging from the hips, reaching forward and coming down for a forward fold. Now reach out in front of you and come back up. All right, walk the feet in for mountain. Now, put your blocks out in front of you. Now we're going to do the wide leg forward, or now we're going to come to star. And then we're going to reach forward and bring our hands down to the blocks. Still trying to keep that long spine like we were doing when we were reaching forward. Pull in the abdomen. You might walk the blocks a little forward. And actually, let's try that. Let's walk the blocks backwards. And as we walk the blocks backwards, we probably notice that our hips are moving back. We want the hips in line with the heels. So let's walk the blocks forward enough that that brings our hips in line with our heels. Now, take the hands down to the floor. And now walk the hands forward. Kind of like a wide-legged down dog. Now walk the hands back. Come to a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips. And with the straight spine, come up to standing. Now we'll walk back in to down or into a mountain. I'll be right back. Now we're going to take our chair and put that out in front of us. Now we're going to come to the to star again. And from star, we're going to grab a hold of our chair and reach it forward. Just listening to what, is a good place for you, for your balance and for your yeah, mainly for your balance. Yep, just don't go past what you feel comfortable with. We're gonna reach that forward. And now slowly walk the chair back to you. And then we're gonna come up. All right, now let's put the chair off to the side. Now we're going to inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and then come down to a tabletop. Now from tabletop, come to a cross-legged seated position on your bottom on the floor, no props. And then from there, bend up your knees, feet placed on the floor, and then roll down to the ground. Now we're going to do a twist. So for the twist, bring your legs off the ground to where the knees are in line with the hips. Now bring the knees up towards the chest a little bit, breaking that line that where so now the hips, now the knees are above the chest. Now take your right hand to your left knee and slowly lower the legs down towards the floor for a twist. Inhale and come back to center. Knees in towards the chest. And then keeping the knees moving inwards, twist over to the left. And back to center. Keeping the knees in, we're going to twist to the right for a second time. As a final movement for the twist, you might slowly look over to the left. If you have your neck turned, slowly bring it back to neutral, looking up towards the ceiling. Now, bring your legs back to center, keeping the knees in. We're going to twist over to the left. Breathe deeply. Once you're established in the twist, if you'd like, you can turn your neck to the right and look to the right. If your neck is turned to the right, slowly move it back to center. And now Bring your legs back to center and down to the floor. Now we're going to use our strap, so grab your strap. And we're going to use the strap to hook around our foot. We want it around the big toe, around the ball of the big toe. And maybe just a tiny bit of the strap is on just the lowest part of our pinky toe. Now, with the strap in both hands, one side in the right hand, one side in the left, now we're going to pull against the foot at the same time as we push the foot into the strap. Now, keeping that engagement, we're going to bend the knee and straighten it. Bending and straightening. When you get to a straight position, hold that and push, hold the straight position. It may not be completely straight, that's totally fine. Listen to your knees, listen to your legs. Now push out through your heel. Push out through your heel. And think about pulling the patella or that top the knee bone. Think about pulling the knee bone upwards towards the thigh. Pull the knee bone upwards, and you'll notice how that engages the thighs. We've got the whole leg working. We're pushing out through the heel, engaging the calves, and we're pulling up the patella, engaging the thighs. Now um, slowly release the actions that are going on. Releasing the arms from pulling, releasing the legs from pushing, and being active. Now we're going to take now we're going to take the left leg to meet the right at the top. And then we're going to take the right leg down, placing the right foot flat on the floor. And now we're going to put the strap around our left ball of big toe and just the bottom little 20% of the pinky toe. Now, with the strap in each hand, pull the strap towards you. Pull the strap towards you. And at the same time, push with the foot. Push the foot into the strap and pull against the strap. Now, keeping that action, bend and straighten the leg. Pulling and pushing. Now, come to a position where the leg is lengthened. And now, push the heel away from you. At the same time that the heel is pushed away from you, pull the patella upwards, pushing away with the heel, engaging the calf, pulling up with the patella, engaging the thighs. When we are engaging that patella, we don't want to over engage it. We don't want to create a hardening in the knee. We want the knee to be soft, even when it's engaged. We want all the joints to be soft. Joints should not be engaged in hard action. All right. All right, now slowly release the pulling and pushing action. Now bring your right leg up to the left. And then bring your left back to the right. And now take both legs back down to the floor and put the strap off to the side. And now grab your blocks. Put one on each side of your hip. Now move your feet closer towards your bottom. Now bring your feet together and let the legs fall open for a supine butterfly. Now with the legs open, you can use the blocks underneath to support your legs. This is a nice one that you can also do in bed with just a couple pillows underneath the legs. This is going to be our final relaxation posture. We just have a few minutes left of class. Let the hips be soft. Let go of any gripping action in the hips. Let the legs relax against the blocks. Now bring your left hand to the heart and your right hand to the belly. Now we're going to do a three-part breath where we're going to inhale and we're going to fill the belly like a balloon. And then we're going to go to the low ribs and we're going to breathe into there. And then finally, we're going to breathe into the chest. And then we'll exhale. Chest, low ribs, belly. So we're going to inhale, filling the belly like a balloon, moving up to the low ribs, and finally moving up to the chest. And then exhaling and breathing out the chest, breathing out the low ribs, and breathing out the belly.
Mhm.
All right. Now, now take the hands back down to the side and let the breath be natural. Just moving in and out of your nose without any control. Um, so you can either stay here with the legs in butterfly, or you can move to Savasana or final relaxation pose with the legs down in front, with the legs relaxing flat. But it is 12:45, so that is going to be the end of our class today. If you have the time, I strongly encourage you to soak up all the benefits of the class with a nice long shavasana. And then after that, I would encourage you to put on some Baroque classical music, and drink some water. Bye.